So we're going to try this again. Hopefully some of you can be here, and if not, or maybe you'd be able to talk and stuff. There's only one of you so far, but maybe people will be able to talk. But if not, I'm going to have this on my channel so people can leave in the comments what their thoughts are, or, you know, whatever. And now you're gone. Oh, is it not working? It says I'm live, but is it working? I don't know. Hello. I don't know if the chat is working again. It may not be working. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I didn't do anything for it not to work. I wonder if it works for me. Oh, great. I can't even type. Let me try that again. I removed my own message. That's what I meant to say. To see if it's working. You guys let me know if it's working. If the chat is. If you want to chat, that is. If not, then I think what I may do is just go ahead and do this. Just do the live, and then let you guys put it on my channel, and then let you guys tell me, you know, your thoughts in the comments. I don't know. Oh, yes, you are here. So it is working. Okay. So, my day has been washing clothes all day, and it's not my wash day, but I was not feeling well yesterday. I haven't been feeling well all week. Been having some situations. I think I ate something that I shouldn't have and didn't know that. And yeah, it's not been good. So I didn't do my laundry, all of it, yesterday. So I'm doing it today. But that's okay. I didn't have anything else much planned today anyway, because yesterday I had to take Selena to the dentist, and the day before that we went to get our hair trimmed and stuff, which I know my hair does not look like anything any different. It's a mess, but it is about that much shorter because he trimmed off all the dry stuff. But I'm pretty sure not many people are going to be able to come to this live today because it's in the middle of the day. It's impromptu. I didn't say I was doing it right now, but I was just going to let you guys know, because the last one I did, whenever we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do, we decided to do Women of the Bible. But that's all we really decided. So I did some polls on my community tab, and so far I have 7 people that are interested in the Bible studies, and then most people want me to do the streams at 2 p.m., but it's a very slim amount of, it's just so hard because I don't really know how. It's like 40% want to do at 2, and then 30% want to do at 7, and then 30% at 9. So it's like, I don't know. And then Tuesday seems to be the best day, so that will be probably the day I do it. But I didn't get a lot of feedback, like conversation wise. So I just wanted to today come on and tell you the different books that I will probably be getting some information from, but also the Bibles that I'm probably going to use, but I may use other ones too. I know I'm probably going to use the King James Version, but I also have this one is the New Living Translation. I'm probably going to use it some. It's just a Bible. It's not a study Bible or anything. It's actually a journaling Bible, but I'm not good at all that. But anyway, I'm probably going to use this one some because it's pretty clear in the language it speaks. And then I'm probably going to be using my Amplified Bible because it expands on stuff. Now, I know not everybody likes different versions. They only want one version. There's some people that are only King James or only this or only that. I do not want anyone that is in this stream to feel excluded or had to get me off your TV. But I don't want anyone to feel excluded because they don't want to use any certain version. I want to be able, I'm going to use the King James because I know that is one that it's not argued about too much. But I do want to go ahead and use others too, which there are some people that think the King James is outdated and the wording and all that stuff. I love the wording. I love that old type of, poetic wording. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I even have a Bible, the Geneva Bible from 1511, and it has some crazy words. Like one of my favorite words is brain pan, which means your skull. But it's just got stuff like that in there. But I'm also going to use some external things other than the Bible. I'm going to be probably using this one, The Remarkable Women of the Bible, is by Elizabeth George. Only because it brings out some different things on each one of the women. And then this one is Women of the Bible. It's a visual guide. And I thought that maybe I could show you guys like how that they were there. That was supposed to be the tabernacle, but like maybe I could show you pictures of how they possibly dressed or the different things that they use or different depictions of those kinds of things. Because, I don't know, which there's not a lot of pictures in here that are going to be easy to use. But this one just tells a lot of different things about how they lived, how the women, how they cooked, how they cleaned, how they did all of that stuff. And then now you don't have to buy these books to do this. I'm just telling you what I'm getting things from so that you know. And if you do want to, like, I bought this one from a flea market or a thrift store, one or the other. This one I got on Christian Book. Hey, Beach Lady. This one I got from, I think it was a thrift store. This one I got, I know, from Goodwill. So don't go out and buy these books unless you just want to. But this one is Desperate Women of the Bible. And I have some more up there that are the good girl, or the bad girls of the Bible that I was talking about before. I may pull those out, but they're up on the top shelf. I didn't want to get a ladder, and my son is not here, and Jeff is not either, and they're the only ones tall enough to get them down. But this one is Desperate Women of the Bible, and I thought there's a lot of times we're going through stuff that we want to, that it's hard, and we need to be able to get through things. And there were some desperate women of the Bible, and like the lady who touched the hem of Jesus's garment, she was desperate. She was sick for so long. And so I was thinking that this book would be good for me to find some of those women and bring their stories out And like I said, I'm going to be using the Bible, but I will use some of these. And this is just a study, Women of the Bible. I've never even heard of her before. Jean, how do you say that? Siswerda? I don't know. I may be saying it wrong. But I had never heard of her before, and I found this and decided to pick it up. But it talks about different women, and it's in, study form. Like there was one thing that I did learn in one of the bad girl books, like Leah or Lee. I don't know. Is it Leah or Lee? You tell me. It may be backwards for you guys, but her name means impatient or wild cow. I would hate to have a name that meant something like that. But that's why I wanted to use these books, is because they do have little nuggets like that I may not find in the Bible itself, but I can find, in external sources. And I may pull out, like, this is just one of my commentaries. This is one that I have. I may pull that out. I have my concordance. Well, there goes that book. It's a cookbook. Ooh, that was fuzzy. But this one is this one right here. This is actually my second copy. My other one, it's all falling apart. But the Strong's Concordance, this is the strongest Strong's. I got this one from a flea market too. But anyway, do you guys know what a concordance is? First of all, if you don't know what a concordance is, I can tell you. But this one actually has the Hebrew and Greek. And let's just say we want to look up Leah and find her in the Bible. It's in alphabetical order, so I can come over here and I can look for her name. I want to say Leah. Is that right? I don't know. That's just the way I want to say it. I could be wrong. That's another thing, is some of the names and stuff in the Bible I'm probably going to get wrong. They may not, and I've heard some people say them one way and then others say it another way. But this isn't an actual study that I wanted to do today. I just wanted to talk to you about things that I wanted to use. Like here. This is the way the concordance does. It's like, this is for the King James, this specific one. And I believe it is. My old one is. I believe this one is too. Or is this one just for any? I don't know. It just says an exhaustive Bible concordance. I don't know. Anyway, you say her name the same. Okay. But anyway, if you look it up here, it shows everywhere in the Bible that her name is spoken. And it's all in Genesis because that's where the story is. But it tells everywhere that it was spoken, and it gives a little bit of that scripture. And then it has a number beside it, and you can take that number, which you can't see it over there, but right here you can see there's numbers beside, if I can get it to show you. There we go. There's numbers on the right side. Ow, I hit my ear. And I look up that number, and it says 3812. So I can come back here to the, it's pretty much the middle of the book, and it has, let's see. It has the Hebrew and Greek. This is the index. Let me go to the first of the Hebrew. But it'll have the Hebrew here. And I have something falling out of this book that doesn't. It's an old thing that I printed off years ago. I may have to share that with y'all because it's something that'll, make you think. But anyways, there's part of this book that has numbers, and now I can't remember what Leah's number was. Was it 3812? I don't know. But it has numbers on the side. Oh, goodness. It's so fuzzy. Over here on this side, it has numbers. Okay. So, I think it was 3812. Let me look and see if I can get it to turn right. Such a big book, and it's kind of cumbersome whenever you're not just having it on your desk. Let me see, 3812. Yes, Leah. And it has back here the Greek and the definition of her name. And the definition of her name is wild cow. Wild cow. It says it twice, but it's got it, one of it with the what is that, a hyphen? I don't know. Yes, it's a hyphen. And then it says gazelle and cow. So it tells you what her name means. That's what I like about concordances, because they give you a little bit more meaning to certain words. And yes, that was just a name, but there are certain words that are in the Bible that I don't understand what they mean. Just reading it, I'm like, well, what is that? Because if I'm reading it and it's something from back in that time period and we don't have it now, how am I supposed to know what it means without some sort of help? So I use a concordance, I use dictionaries, I use commentaries, but I do those kinds of things. I have the Holmes Illustrated Bible Commentary here and the Matthew Henry right there, and then I got a layman's. It's a whole set. Yes, Mel, I'm live. But I was gonna read y'all this because I found it in there. And most of us here are mothers, except Mel. He's not a mommy. No, you weren't ready for this. Nobody was ready for this because I wasn't even ready for this. But I was gonna read this. Real mothers don't eat quiche. They don't have time to make it. Real mothers know that their kitchen utensils are probably in the sandbox. Real mothers often have sticky floors, filthy ovens, and happy kids. Real mothers know that dried Play-Doh doesn't come out of carpets. Real mothers don't want to know what a vacuum just sucked up. Real mothers sometimes ask, why me? And get their answer when the little voice says, because I love you best. Real mothers know that the child's growth is not measured by height or years or grade. It's marked by the progression of mommy to mom to mother. So that was something. Yeah, I know you're not a mommy, but it was something that I had found years ago. I don't even know how long ago, but I found it in some stuff whenever I was going through a box. And I don't know, it's tattered and torn and it's a mess. But I thought that was something that was cute. I just stuck it in there because it's big. But the other thing I'm going to be using is just a notebook. I bought this on clearance at Target forever ago. And I use it for like whenever I'm researching for my script writing plan that I do and stuff like that. So that's the stuff I'm going to buy. And if you guys want me to link these books down below, I will. But you do not have to get these books to join me on the Bible study. I am planning on the first official Bible study being next Tuesday, since the majority of the people who said they wanted to do it was Tuesday, unless something changes and that dramatically goes up or something. Or down or something like that, because like I said, I did the polls like 5 days ago, and I know that I have some people that commented on one of the things, and you can only do one poll at a time, so I couldn't do all of them. But like these books, I feel like I'm not going to read you these word for word. We're not going to study these books. Oh, I got this one from Ollie's. I told y'all a fib. I thought I got it from a whatever that store is, but a thrift store. But I'm not going to use these books word for word, but I may use these books as a reference point. Like this one is a reference book. It's more like almost like a dictionary kind of type of thing, or encyclopedia type of book. And like, since we're talking about Leah, let's see if we can find her in here. Let's just use her as an example all day. She had a pretty rough life. So, yep, she's in here. Oh, she's in here a lot. Lots of pages. Page 20, she's in here. So we can maybe talk about her a tiny bit. Let's see. Okay, where does it talk about her at? It just mentions her name. Yeah, it just mentions her name. Talk about Hebrews, the people of God were referred to as Hebrews during the days of the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. From the creation account in Genesis to the story of Jacob's family and its move to Egypt, the Hebrews were believing in God's promise passed down through Abraham of a land that would be given to them. The female storyline of this part of the Bible history includes the lives of Eve, Sarah, Lot's wife and daughters, Hagar, Rebecca, Keturah, Rachel, Leah, Bilhah, Zilpah, Dinah, and Potiphar's wife. Something that I did not even realize the whole time when I read the Bible. I mean, I've read the Bible several times all the way through. In fact, I'm doing it again now. But I've never realized that Abraham was married again to someone named Keturah. I believe that was the right one. Or was it? Maybe I'm wrong. Now I got to look it up. Y'all, I don't know. I don't want to tell y'all wrong. But I never realized that until a lady came to church. Yeah, it was Abraham's wife. His second wife, I want to say. Well, he had concubines and stuff. We all know that story, I guess. But well, Mel, you can join this. This is not just for women. You can come and join me with this whenever we're doing this, because it's just something I feel like I want to do. And but I have a actual study on Keturah somewhere. But a lady came to a church that I was attending and to a special conference thing, and she spoke about her, and I was like, I never thought about that. Mel, just because we're sinners, I mean, we're all sinners. That doesn't mean that we can't try to do better. But it's up to you. You can just sit back and not say a word if you want to. You know, we're all sinners. That's the thing. We are all. And none of us are good enough. And that's my opinion. And I know some people may be like against that thought process, but that's my opinion. We're not good enough. We're just not. None of us are. Only Jesus. But anyway, I don't want to start talking about that right now because I'm not prepared. But I may use some of these books to bring out some points. And if I use the book on that day, I will tell you exactly what page, exactly what I was, looking at, and tell you I'm going to give credit where credit is due, is my point. Just like if I use somebody's recipe on my channel, I'm going to give them credit for it. If I use, somebody's book, somebody's quote, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. But I'll link these if I can down below. But I just wanted to let you know some of the tools I'm planning on using. But the main tool I'm going to be using is my Bible. That's my main tool. That and God showing me what to do, because I'm telling you, I can't do it without Him. But I did want to. The reason why I want to use the King James, the NLT, and the Amplified is the King James is just everybody can agree on that one. I don't know why everybody agrees on that one, or they seem to, the majority agree, the King James. And I have family members, that's all they use. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. That's all I used for years, because I didn't even know there were other versions. But the reason why I want to use them is because, everybody agrees on King James. Everybody knows it. Everybody can get it. It's very simple. Also, you can get on your phone. Like I said before, you can get all kinds of stuff on your phone. But I like the fact that the Amplified, and it does not have to be Joyce Meyer's, it's just the one I have. But the Amplified kind of, it amplifies. Like, let me just find a scripture that maybe I can explain what I'm saying. Oh, there we go. There's Leah right there. How? I don't know. But in the morning, Jacob saw his wife, and behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, "What is this that you have done to me? Did I not work for you all these 7 years for Rachel? Why then have you deceived and cheated and thrown me down like this?" Okay, so that's that version. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be completely different in the King James, which the King James is the one I use mostly on my phone. But that was, where is it at? Genesis 29:25. I will be more prepared whenever I start to like do this part, the other. I'm not taking y'all to church, Mill. I ain't no preacher. Let's see, 25. It came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah, and he said to Laban, what is this thou hast done to me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? Okay, so in the Amplified, it says, I worked for you for 7 years, man. 7 years. And you're giving me the one I didn't ask for. Now, if you look back and you find out the whole, way that they did traditions, the oldest is supposed to marry first. The youngest is not supposed to marry. Now, Laban was kind of slick. And if you learn about their marriage rituals, he worked for 14 years for these two women. but anyway, the rituals were, the women were completely covered. Hold on, let me see if this book shows a picture of their dress. I may be able to find the wedding garments, but the women, you couldn't see them. And from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but from what I understand, the woman didn't come to the marriage ceremony like you see now. Like the ceremonies you see now, it's completely different than what it was back then. I don't think they're going to have the wedding garments in here unless they call it marriage clothes or something like that. But it was completely different whenever it came to how that people got married. It's not in that one. But then I was going to show you the same scripture in the NLT. I was going to bring that out. Let's go over here. It was 29:25. Since I guess we're going to talk about Leah a little bit, but not much. We're not really talking about her much. We're just using her as an example. But 29:25. But when Jacob woke up in the morning, it was Leah. What have you done to me? Jacob raged at Laban. I worked 7 years for Rachel. Why have you tricked me? And it's like shrunk that scripture. But it says the same thing. It just shrunk it. It made it easier to read in our, time. But that's the reason why I thought I could use those. I may pull out other ones. Like I said, I may just strictly stick to the King James. I may strictly stick to just one. But I'll let you know on that day for, whatever day we're doing the study, what I used, how I used it, and things like that. I really want to find a picture of the wedding garments. I know I have some picture dictionaries. Let me grab one real quick. I told y'all I'm in my lounge clothes. I don't know if there's one in here or not. This dictionary is from 1974. So it's older than me. So, yeah. It's actually started in 1962. But this one's from 1974. But I want to see if I can find the wedding garments. If not, I can find a picture on online and link it or something. I need to remember all the stuff I want to link for you guys too. Let's see. I'm in the W's. Nope. There's no wedding garments in here that I see. It may talk about them, but it doesn't show them in this one. It's got, oh wait, yeah. The wedding procession of Bible times. It's not the best picture, but the woman is there and everything, but let's see if it tells how the weddings went. Marriage customs in the Bible center around the two events of betrothal and wedding. The wedding itself did not include a religious ceremony, although it is probable that the betrothal was ratified by an oath, and after the exile, written contracts were drawn up and sealed. On the day of the wedding, the bride, dressed in white, elaborately embroidered robes, bedecked herself with jewels, and put on a veil and a garland. The bridegroom, attended by friends and accompanied by musicians and singers, went to the bride's house, and then, after receiving her from her parents with their blessing, he conducted the whole party back to his own house. On the way, other friends of the bride and groom joined the party, and there was much music and dancing. A feast was held at the bridegroom's house. Later in the evening, the bride's parents escorted her to the nuptial chamber, while he was led there by his friends or the bride's parents. And the next day, the festivities were resumed and continued for 1 or 2 weeks. The wedding festivities included much music and joking, which in the Bible it says that Laban had asked for her to be with him. Let's see, what was it? Oh, I don't want to get it wrong, y'all. I didn't study for this. I have not refreshed my brain for this. Let's see. 29. I think it was 29. Let's see. Finish the wedding feast week for Leah, then we will give you Rachel also, and you shall work for me yet 7 more years in return. That's in the Amplified, and it's verse 27. I use the NLT Bible in our nightly Bible study so that my girls can better understand what's going on. Every Bible we have is different. Yeah, the concordance is awesome, which this one is a dictionary. It's just a dictionary. This is just an old dictionary. The New Living Translation is what the NLT is. But like I said, I've got King James, New King James, NLT, Amplified, Holman Standard. Let me put on the glasses so I can see if I can see. I've got the New American Standard, the NIV. I've got the Jesus Bible, which I can't remember which one of the versions that one is. I've got the ESV, the English Standard Version. I've got the New American Bible. I've got a Bible that it looks like I'll show you. This Bible is so old, but it looks like it came from like the hippie days, because it did. But this is the Living New Testament. It's only the New Testament. But this is an old Bible, and the stuff that was in it, I left in it. Like, I do that. I don't know. I have a Bible dictionary, a Hebrew and Greek dictionary. Yeah, I've got all kinds of Bible helps. But this is an old Bible, but it's only like the New Testament. But it's just like so many different ones you can get. I've got a Catholic Bible. I've actually got... I've got the Chumash. I may be saying it wrong, and I'm sorry if I am. Please do not be offended. But it's the 5 books of Moses, and it's the Jewish. It starts in the back, and it actually has the writing, the Jewish writing, and the English. And it's the first 5 books of the Bible. So, I have 5 Bibles in my room that I haven't read. I actually work at a Catholic church. Oh, cool, Mel. But this has all kinds of, like, it's what, from what I understand, it's what Jewish, I think Orthodox Jews use, but I'm not sure. I don't remember where I got it. I don't know how I got it. Maybe somebody gave it to me. I'm not sure. But I've had it for years. But I have a lot of different versions. And I'm not going to tell anybody that their version is wrong, because I can't say that. It's not my place to say that. And I'm not going to tell them their version is right. And my thought is, if you're reading God's word, it's better than not reading it at all. And if you're reading it in a version that somebody else doesn't like, that's okay. As long as you are sticking your nose in the book. Well, you have to stick your eyes in the book. But I mean, that's just the way I feel. But the whole reason I came on today was just to share a few of the different things that I am planning on using when we start the Bible study. And I am planning on starting it on Tuesday. But my problem is the time. Because I don't know, like, the times that everybody said, it's just so mixed up. Like, maybe I shouldn't have given 3 times. Maybe I should have given 2. But more people want 2 p.m. than they do 7 or 9. And so I want to be able to have everyone involved that wants to do it, but I want to also have it at a time that everyone that can, make it convenient, I guess, because all 3 of those times would work for me. And either one of those days would work for me because it just would. But I don't know. Well, Mel, I did, on my community page, I did polls, and it's just like, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way. I don't know. Now I've got all these books I've got to put back. I'll put them back later. I can use them prop on right now. But I just want to everyone, men or women, to feel like they can come in and they can study this, because it doesn't matter if we're studying women of the Bible right now. They're still part of the Bible, and that's just what we decided to do first. Yeah, I'm going to have it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Probably do it at 2 and see how that goes, and see what everybody likes and how it works out, if people can come and stuff like that. I'm just going to have to find out. I'm also wanting everyone to be nice in the comments, nice in the chat, because I know that we don't all agree. Yes, I do. I don't know if I could take my camera off, but I have so many books. I mean, you can see part of them over there. That's not all Christian books. But, I mean, whoops. There went nail polish. I have another study Bible sitting right here. I have books and Bibles down there. I've got the Tony Evans Bible that goes with that commentary right down there. I've got a cultural background study Bible. Oh, wait. I may be able to find the clothes in that. I don't think so. I don't think it has pictures much. It's got some, but not many. Nah. Now it's so far up that I could show the wedding garments. I don't know why I'm so interested in that now. I did look it up before, because we did a book study with our Ladies for Book Club. Well, not last year, but the one before. No, there's nothing in there. But yeah, I have so many different books and Bibles and study helps, because I need it. I need to be able to understand it. And I know she's brainstorming. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Maybe. I don't know. But I just need to be able to understand it so I can ingest it, I guess. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but I just want to be able to understand. And so Jeff and the kids are like, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday? Well, I saw this new Bible. I saw this new book. And it's just like, they make me happy. I don't know. When I was a child, I didn't ask to go on field trips very much, because we didn't have a lot of money, and I probably could have gone on field trips. I probably could have asked, but I was kind of scared to ask. And so I didn't ever ask. So the children who didn't get to go on the field trips stayed in the library with the librarian. So I fell in love with books. I mean, I am one of those people who sniffs them. I love the way they. Have you ever sniffed a book? Like sniffing an old book? Like this one is older than me. They don't stink most of the time. That one does not stink. But yes, I'm that weird. I am that person that those are glaring. That I love books. I love literature. I love reading. I love learning. So that's why I have so many. And that's why also there's been times whenever people have come by and they're like, well, I don't have a Bible. And I'm like, you can have this one. I've got this one. You want this one? So I have extras. Some of them I have doubles. And so that's just the way I am. And I've always just liked books. It's just been my thing since I can remember. And Jeff used to call me his bookworm because I was always in a book. But I do have lots of different things to help study. I actually have more books on women of the Bible because that is very interesting to me because I am a woman. See, she loves the smell of books. Because I'm a woman, I want to know how the women lived. I want to know what they did. And one of my very first real Bible studies was a Proverbs 31 Bible study that I did. And it helped me to see how important it is to have the job of taking care of your family. Whereas now you see a lot of women that are like, I have to do this and I have to do that. It's not a have to. It's a privilege to be able to take care of your family, at least in my view. So it's just something I've always wanted, to learn more about is how the women lived. Why did, what was her name? The prostitute that helped oh, great. Now I'm talking about prostitutes. What was her? I know it starts with an H. I'm not good with learning, like remembering, like recall. What is it called? I don't know. No, it wasn't her that I'm looking for, but the prostitute that helped the two spies. Y'all tell me, what was her name? I'll find it. Rahab. I was so wrong. It did not start with an H. Did I say it started with an H? Probably. But Rahab, why did she help the spies? Why was she helping people that her people were against? I wanted to know why. And it's because she wanted her family saved. She wanted to protect her family. And which this is a simplified version of it, but she wanted to make sure that her people were okay because she knew that God was about to cause havoc in that city. And she knew that things were going to be really bad for the people of her homeland. So she chose to help them and to help, since she helped them to escape, they helped her to escape. And it's just, I'm interested. I want to know how Mary felt when Jesus was on the cross. How could a mother feel that? Whenever her son said to his friend, take care of my mother. She's your mother now, not those words, but how did that friend feel? How did Mary Magdalene feel whenever she found that the tomb was empty? It's just like, I want to know as much as I can. And for me to go back and study their traditions, their cultural stuff, it helps me kind of get into their mind frame, I guess. and to understand why it was done this way, or why it wasn't done the other way. Why did it not seem like something that was sensible? Or why couldn't they go another way? Why were they in the desert for 40 years? Because they kept disobeying God. But it's just something you think about. And then you think about whenever Moses led them through the desert, he went the long way around. Like there's a map in the back of the book, back of the Bibles. I think there's a map in this one. I know there's one in the cultural one. Let me grab that one. But there was a shorter route. And I always thought, why didn't they just go straight across? Why didn't they just, why didn't they go the other way? My nose is itching. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's see. That's not the page. I'm pretty sure that's the Holy Land in Sinai. Exodus. Okay. Like, if you look, I'm going to see if I can hold this heavy Bible up. If you look, I wondered, when I would look at this as a little child, maybe I can get some, like, printouts to make this easier. But I looked, and I was like, why didn't they just go across? Why didn't God take them that way? Because they went around the world to get to where they were going, It's like, why didn't he just say, y'all go that way? That might take a week, 2 weeks. I don't know. They were on foot. Who knows? But the reason, if you look back, there were storms at that time. There were lots of different reasons that they couldn't go through there. But they needed to go that long route, that 40 years, because that generation was not going to make it in the promised land because they were too corrupt. They were too messed up. They were too much still in their captivity. And, it's like, what is that called? That syndrome whenever someone has been in captivity, but they're still looking towards their captor as their savior. I can't remember the name of it. But it's like that situation to me. That's my thought. I could be wrong. But they were still stuck in that mindset of, why didn't you leave me in Egypt to die? Because there's places for me to be buried there. There's nowhere for me to be buried here. There's no places for burial. And there's the golden calf situation. They were so impatient to wait. Yeah, Stockholm syndrome, exactly. They couldn't wait on Moses to come back for them just a little while. He wasn't gone that long up on the mountain for God to write the 10 Commandments. They had to build a calf, They had to go and strip off their gold earrings. These are not gold, they're silver, but still, they had to do their earrings and the jewelry and all the stuff and make themselves a calf. And I'm like, they had to have an idol to worship because they couldn't see around what they were taught. So that whole generation didn't make it. That's why it took 40 years for them to get to the promised land. Because God knew it was not going to work. For whatever reason, he knows more than I do. So that's my thought. That's why he did not allow that generation to go to the promised land. I could be wrong. I have not studied that in a little while. So that's why I want to have everything prepared before I actually talk about stuff. But I could talk about Bible stuff a lot because I love it. I enjoy it. And the only problem I have is that sometimes, like y'all can tell, I've been talking about Leah, then I go to Moses, and then I kind of go I'm all over the Bible and didn't even try, But it does all tie together. If you actually look at it, there's so much of the New Testament in the Old. And people don't realize that unless they read both. But, the whole purpose of me coming on today was to let you know some of the things I'm using. I'll link the books down below. Do not go buy them unless you just absolutely want to, because I'm not going to be like, I'm just going to take nuggets from them. And I would say, if you like what I am bringing to you from that book on that day. If you enjoy that, then go buy it. Don't go buy it right now. Wait until after you find out that you're going to like it some. Because if I tell you some things that this book says, and you hate it and you've purchased it, that's going to make me feel horrible. but you know, I won't know if you bought it unless you tell me. But just, I guess what I'm saying is, don't go buy it until you researched, I guess. But I will link them down below so you can look at them, and you'll know what I'm doing. I won't be able to link this one. I don't think, because it's so old, and I'm not going to anyway. And I can link this because I say that everybody, whether you are an avid studier or you're just somebody who wants to learn a little bit more about what certain words mean in the Bible, these things help so much. Like I said, my other one is it's falling apart. It's a mess. I found this one on clearance when one of our Christian bookstores were closing down. I think I paid like $5, and it's normally like $20 or $30. So yeah, it's normally $39, so $39.99. So I got it on clearance, and that's the only reason I bought another one, because my other one was still usable. It was just falling apart. This one is a newer version. It has more stuff in it, more helps. But I'll link that down below. But just don't go buy something that you're not wanting to buy just for this. The main thing you need is a Bible, which you can get online for free. Maybe a notebook and an ink pen if you want to take notes, and whatever device you're already watching me on. That's all you really need to do any of this study. That's my goal, is to just use the simplest, but, you know, I'm still going to tell you what I'm using. That way, you know what I'm using. You're not like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm not that knowledgeable. I have to have helps. And I don't want y'all to think that I am like getting all this stuff, like I'm a scholar or a theologian or something, that I've gotten all this stuff from the Bible and I just know all this stuff. No. And if I use any websites, I will link those too. You can find all kind of stuff online. And also, like, I think it was Hoopla that somebody said, you might could find some of these books on there at your library to like check out or whatever. So that would be a good way to do it too. But anyway, I guess I need to go for today because I've been doing this for almost an hour. I need to put all these books back and get some more clothes washed. I've got a load in the dryer right now and one in the washer that finished a little bit before I started, but I didn't want the washer to be going while I was talking to you guys. It's bad enough the air conditioner is. And yes, in Alabama, we need an air conditioner again, apparently, because it's 73 degrees right now. That's what it says on here. Yeah, 73. Oh, 74. But that big globe out there, that big sunshine is out there, and I'm so happy. I'm going to try it too on Tuesday just to see. I know that some people said the other times were better, but the majority said 2. And the majority said Tuesday. And I'm trying to do a way that everybody can be involved and watch and participate. And I don't know. We may decide after a little while to change it. It's 74, yeah. But I'm going to go for now and get all my stuff put away. And I always have stuff on that table, so y'all don't fuss at me about my stuff on that table. Because I always have Bibles on that table and a book. I just started reading this book right here. It's already sad. It's not a Christian book. It's about something about the Holocaust. It's fiction, but it's based on truth. I watched the movie, and so I found the book, and it's sad, and it's hard. It's hard to read it. I'll tell y'all what it is, because now you may be curious. I'm always curious, but I found it on Thrift Books. But yeah, that one is kind of sad so far, and I've only gotten one chapter read. But I'm going to go for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this, even though it was everywhere and anywhere, and that's the way I always am. But I guess I'm going to end the way I do all my videos. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.